Welcome to the Way Experience. Linguistic mediation is a type of cooperative interaction that takes place among people who are unable to communicate or who can't understand something that is important or necessary to them. And there has to be a need or a difficulty for mediation to take place, and this happens either because speakers do not speak the same language or because one of them has a wider or more specific knowledge of the language than the other. But mediation is also a way to provide speakers with more varied and effective communicative strategies, as explicitly stated in the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. And it is a very powerful tool for the modern language classroom, as it allows us to depict what is happening around the world, so citizens are ready to meet the needs of an increasingly multicultural society when the moment comes. One of the common misunderstandings with cross-linguistic mediation is to think that it is a mere translation. Well, obviously, the mediator will need to translate or interpret parts of the text he or she is mediating. But they will also need to rephrase, summarize, and select the relevant information for their interlocutor, activities that fall far from the realm of professional translators and interpreters. So let's put it this way. Translation and interpretation do belong to the activities within mediation, but just among many others. So what do we mediate? We mediate texts, whether written or spoken, and they can come in the form of a video, a lecture, a speech, a creative piece of writing, a blog post, information from a website, or an article. Now, to mediate texts successfully, the mediator will need to carry out certain mediation activities, like, for example, relaying specific information, taking notes, showing criticism, or even comparing things and giving their opinion at times. We mediate concepts when we work collaboratively, helping other people in our group interact with each other or working to construct meaning together. Similarly, leading group work implies mediating when we manage interactions among group members and encourage conceptual work. Teachers, for example, are constantly leading group work in their lessons, as well as project managers during teamwork sessions in any company. And finally, we mediate communication when we act as intermediaries in informal situations or when we act as facilitators in delicate situations and disagreements. For example, you would be acting as a mediator if you took part in an interview between two people who don't speak the same language. What the Common European Framework describes in its companion volume is the kind of materials, either audiovisual or text, that are suitable for each level from A1 all the way through to C2. And it is this information that we have followed to design all the materials included in the Ways library. Now, to carry out our mediations and do so successfully, we need to activate a series of strategies as described in the Common European Framework companion volume. These strategies serve two main purposes: simplifying a text and explain new concepts. Among the strategies to explain a new concept, we find linking to previous knowledge, adapting the language, and breaking down complicated information. Now, strategies to simplify a text, to make it more accessible and easier to understand. Contradictory as it may seem, when the text is dense, the mediator will need to expand on it so as to simplify it, giving examples and adding explanations to make it easier and more accessible for his or her interlocutor. Whereas, if the text is long, we will need to streamline it so just the main ideas are distilled. Small actions that we tend to carry out here are detecting relevant information, highlighting key aspects, and leaving out repetitions. And if we are helping someone select among several options, comparing, contrasting, and drawing conclusions are also common. Microskills are sets of abilities that we need to activate to fulfill our mediation strategies and in turn succeed in our mediation practice. The most common microskills are summarizing, synthesizing, rephrasing, clarifying, adapting the language or the cultural references, translating and interpreting, and negotiating sense and intention. But what's the difference between a strategy and a microskill? Well, basically, we could say that microskills are those little abilities that help you make up a good strategy successfully. They are the smallest units of action in constructing a good mediation performance. So, looking at mediation the other way around, from bottom to top, we could explain it the following way. Taking the text from the mediation practice opening a bank account, we can see how all the process involving microskills and strategies works. So if we use microskill like clarifying or adapting cultural references, what we are doing is constructing the strategy, amplifying a text. Whereas when we rephrase, what we are doing is breaking down specific information, which is one of the strategies that we're going to need to use as well. And when we're summarizing, what we're doing is streamlining a text. And all those microskills compose the strategies that we're going to need for a good mediation practice. And that's why the way experience materials are the perfect tool to bring into your classroom. Our worksheets are original creations simulating authentic real-life situations. But it's not only that. We also provide 2 to 3 pre-mediation activities to practice specific strategies or microskills, and at the same time, specific contents for the level they are preparing for. There are several reasons why teachers choose the WAYS materials: to enrich your lessons with linguistic mediation from all angles and viewpoints, to bring challenging, inspiring, and engaging materials to modern language teaching and learning. Because, as the latest research in neurodidactics show, our brain needs to get emotional to actually learn effectively, and that is exactly what mediation provides. Learning by helping others. Because we make life easier for teachers and students, creating well-structured, original materials that save them lots of time and energy. Because we prepare your students for real life with real-life materials and for certification exams with phenomenal results. And finally, because the WAY experience is the only practical approach to linguistic mediation that covers all types of mediation from A1 through to C2 levels. Discover how to be a happier teacher.